Today I'm going to share with you the Dewalt quick drive system from Simpson Strong Tie. I'm going to show you how it's changed my life, how the financial end of it works out, the amount of time that I've saved, and of course how to set it up and how to change the bit. So hang right in. Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. Back with another review video for you. So, real quick, you want to know more about who I am? toolmantim.co. Run by there, find it all out. There'll be links at the bottom for any of the stuff you see here, and you can go by there to check anything else out that I recommend. Let's check out the Dewalt quick drive system. This is something I've had my eye on for a long time. It's a bit of an investment. It's not as bad as one might think. First, how to put this damn thing together, because that took me longer than actually screwing the boards down. It's a Dewalt drywall driver that's been modified by Simpson Strong Tie to take their quick release connections. So what I like about this, number one, you can use it short like this and just use it for drywall. But if you want to do stand-up deck work, what I got it for, you can add this middle extension piece in there as well. So let's show you, because this was kind of the tricky thing. This is basically what you get in it, plus a bag of bits, plus two 5-amp-hour batteries and a Dewalt charger. So basically, this fits on, so you got the long shaft right there, there's teeth. This just fits in like this. Push it in, and to hold it into place, you just tighten this handle down. Now, once that's in, you're done. That's it. You get your handle here. Okay, that's the first piece. Second piece, see, there's the bit, there's the hole. Now, when you're putting it on, it just snaps into place. Done, okay? To release it, see this silver thing right here? You just push that in, pull it off. Simple as that. To release the back end piece, counterclockwise that handle a few times, that loosens it up, and it comes off. Simple as that. I'm going to show you how to change the bit. It's a little bit tricky at first. So there's the bit right there. It's pretty stiff when you first start, so grab it with some pliers, pull it out like that, okay? Now, that's the bit right there. You're never going to pop that out with pliers or fingers. It's not coming out. So I'm going to show you, see that little round piece right there? So grab that with your pliers as well, pull it out. Now, that gives you a hook. What you do is, so you take the hook, now there's a hole in that bit. Put that on like that. Now you're going to fold it down 45 degrees this way. And there you are. Now, put it back in. You just pop the bit in the top here and then push it down on a hard surface. Done. Then you slide this in the back end like that, push it down, you're good to reassemble. So now at this point, remember, that just snaps into place, and this piece fits in over the gears. How do we load screws with this thing? So you're going to notice these are the quick drive screws. There's 30 to a plastic collate. There's a tail end, which is like a V, and there's a front end, which is like an arrow. So you're going to make sure you have it bending back toward the tool. And that slot right there, you're just going to slide it up in. And it's so easy, you'd think you didn't do it right, but that's it. And then you just stand up here, push it down, pull the trigger. Push it down, pull the trigger. That's all there is to that. Dead simple. If you get a jam, you can release it by pushing that silver button right there, and you're done. Okay, so what are the benefits of this beast? Well, first off is the time. I built a 16 by 24 deck last summer. Spent 4 to 5 hours down on my hands and knees screwing every single board into place. Hard on the back, hard on the knees, just miserable cussed work. This, less than an hour, I did a 16 by 24 deck. This year, walking around like this. I will show you some time-lapse footage to show you how kind of quick it really is. This thing is a time saver, it's a back saver, plus it looks pretty damn cool. Now, any issues with it? I would say on a 16 by 24 deck, maybe 6 or 8 times, that plastic would start wearing off and it would catch in the teeth there, and you just push that release button and pull it out. Maybe once I needed to use pliers. For the time it saved, not a big deal. maybe 1% of the screws didn't sink all the way. I never really get into, you can adjust the depth a bit, but what I just did is when I was done, I was going fast, I would just go back over with no screws in here and just push down on top, make sure it was set in, and it would just sink it the second time. Those are the only issues. Now, the one other thing I found was when I bring two boards together, I like to bring those screws in on a bit of an angle. It sucks the boards together and it keeps it from splitting. This isn't ideal for that, but I put every board down. I put one screw on the end, one screw at the joint by hand with my impact driver, then switched off to this for everything else. This thing saved me half a day for sure. It was so much fun and so easy to use. So there's a corded and a cordless version. In Canada, they're quite a bit more. This in the States with two 5 amp hour batteries is $429 at Lowe's. In Canada, is $600. The electric plug-in version is about $100 less or a little less. I don't want to fool with cords. I'm all in on Dewalt cordless. And one other thing that I didn't mention about this is it comes with Torx bits. Up here in Canada, we've typically used the square Robertson bits, and I love them. But I got to tell you, the Torx bits for a deck screw is awesome. They drive in really nice. There's no slippage at all, and they work beautifully. If you haven't worked with Torx bits yet, definitely check them out. Now, as far as the cost, so this whole unit at Lowe's is $429.99. That comes with the drill, the extension, the quick drive attachment, 2 batteries, a charger, and a handy dandy carrying case that makes it look like you're carrying a gun or a guitar. Let's break that down. $429 for the entire thing. If you buy 2 5 amp hour batteries on Lowe's right now, it is $219 for that. So you're getting 2 5 amp hour batteries, this left over for another $210. Just a normal bare tool drywall gun from Dewalt at Lowe's is $159. So you got $219, so we'll say $220 and $160, $380. So for an extra $50, you're getting the entire quick drive system. To me, the math makes sense. It's not nearly as expensive when you break it down by its parts and see the actual value you get. Plus, how much is your time worth? If you could save 4 hours on a 16 by 24 deck job and not worry about your back, isn't it worth it? Now, the other thing I see online quite a bit about these is the screws. Number one, how do they work? Well, that's them right there. Big smiley face, plastic collated. They work great. When you're done, you just have a long plastic strip left. Other people say, well, they're way too expensive. They are more expensive. They're about 75% more expensive than the deck screws. So if you're doing a job for somebody else, work it in. If you're doing a 3 foot by 4 foot landing pad at home, this tool probably isn't for you unless you just like owning cool tools. Cost at Lowe's, $70 for a box of 1,000. $40 for a box of loose deck screws. These are both 2.5 number 10 deck screws. So $30 more, 75% more for these. You are paying more for a specialty product, but it's not absolutely out of the ballpark. So this was a box here that I bought of 2,000, and I've got about a third of it left on a 16 by 24 deck. So that gives you a really good idea of how many screws you're going to use. I used about 1,200 screws on that deck. So you can figure it out. About $70 worth of screws, but the time you're going to save will pay for itself. This is a tool made for somebody who likes to do work but doesn't like to bend over to drive those screws into decks. So I hope you enjoyed my look at the Dewalt quick drive system. I've never been disappointed with something that Simpson Strong Tie makes. I've used their ram set before. They're made beautifully. So if you're thinking about pulling the trigger, pardon the dad joke there, on this beast, it might just be worth it. I love it. It was absolutely worth it for me. So saved me time, made me money, saved my back, plus 2 more Dewalt 5 amp hour batteries and a really cool looking tool. All right, guys, that's it for me this week. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Simpson Strong Tie Dewalt quick drive system. If you got questions, throw them in the comments below. Stick around, hit the subscribe button, and join the community. Come by, check out the Telegram group. That'll be in the link in the description below as well. And if you want to know, hey, has Tim ever used a tool and does he recommend it? Run by toolmantim.co. Check out the shop. From there, you'll find out over 250 items that I've used and abused that have made me money in my handyman business. So guys, that's it for me this week. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great